Hey riders, Sunday morning, Team GRC Sunday short race coming live. Today it is, let me just check the date here quickly for you. It is April 7th. It's currently 11 after 8 for me in the morning. So some of us got to start early. I think there's a couple more on the West Coast that even have an earlier start than me. Yeah, I've been super busy lately. Still recovering. I was mentioning in the Discord this morning, Team GRC, that when I ride, I feel pressure and almost like, it's really weird. It's kind of like, they told me this would happen, kind of almost like blood flow in my jaw where I had the bone graft done. So yeah, I've been really slack on the bike. Some of you know I've started a new job. So I'm just trying to feel my way around that at first. Regarding my YouTube channel Inside Cycling World, been a slowdown in videos coming out lately, but now that I'm getting things figured out at work here, I think I'll be able to start cranking that up again. Just seeing what timing's like, what's the most important times for me to be there, all that kind of jazz, right? Got to make money somehow, and so if you don't know, I'm working for a little shop out of Calgary. We're like a secondary market cat dealer, Caterpillars. We also deal in Komatsu and some other stuff, but it's like 90% cat. It's so fun working with all this huge equipment. I've already had some good calls coming in, like calls from up in Yellowknife, like out of the blue at night. And that's just been, you know, my advertising I've been doing personally. Yeah. And it's crazy how expensive that equipment is, even used. Yeah, it's more than most people's houses. So yeah, it's really cool. But anyways, yeah, I've been slacking on the bike. I think I've only ridden 2 days this week. The Sunday short race still, even though our numbers are down a little bit, still like probably one of the biggest rides on a Sunday, so it will continue. Hoping to bring new people in. I understand everyone wants to get outside and ride, but sometimes this is just super convenient to get on and just smash. I was thinking to myself this morning that I don't think I can ride this hard outside because I'm too busy looking out for cars, gravel, glass, semis that are going to run me over, dogs attacking me from the side of the road. So ride outside all you want, but join us for on Inside Cycling World. That's where you can catch the videos for the Team GRC Sunday short race. This will be your hardest workout of the week, probably most intense, like 20 minutes of the week. Anyway folks, you know the gig. I generally go quiet here so I can hammer some music out, and I'll be back when I'm done. Obviously I'm not going to catch the front group today, so that's just how it works. We'll see you soon. Hey riders, and away we're going to go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello cycling fans. Another Eddie Whalen special. Okay, this is the after the fact ramble, and look at my incredible start. 44th position, right out of the gates. You know, I've been off for quite a while, but you know, I'm going to slowly start pushing my way up here, putting a little bit of power down, and start meeting up with my friends along the way. Just passing Des Dyer there. Patrick Eckers is here. We've got our Welsh comrade Eat More Cake just ahead of me. Let's see, what am I riding today? I'm probably on the Cervelo, I would guess. Actually, you know what I did for this one? Just for any little bit of handicap I needed, I took the Fesca Super Light, thinking it might help me on the hills a little bit here. I know it's not the fastest bike downhill, but I'm kind of a big lump, so my weight and gravity alone work in my favor. So you can see here I've gone from 44th up to 36th place, but I'm just slowly working my way up. I can see Ragnar's here, just not that far behind me. Eckers is here, 19 Steve 55. So the way we did this one, folks, was I did a little bit of a preamble. Obviously, you're going to hear it. Jumped in the race so I can smash some music out. I think you might catch the music at the end. Yeah, copyright me if you want, YouTube. Go for it. It was only a few seconds of it anyways. I was just trying to, I'm going to over talk it is what I'm going to do. So here I am. I just caught on with John here, SR71, and Ket Kapolka. Our Finnish friend, David 1951, is right there again with 19 Steve 55. And the story of those two is that the first time I ever saw them, they were both having a battle together. And I just thought with their names, you got a 1951, you got a 19 Steve 55. Maybe they're kind of the same vintage. Riding strong. Oh, and so I'm with John here. He's in his skeleton suit, his Halloween costume. We are just cruising up on, I think the name is Chiripanos. Something like that. And here's CGF Andel. And I gotta start using his name probably. It's Chris Andel. I believe so. And the Andals. First of the first men, right? From Game of Thrones. So we're right here with CGF Andel in the kind of the reddish jersey here on the right hand side of the screen. I'm right with John at this point. Just a few meters ahead, I see Stu as well. It looks like Stu has, okay, his Ruby name and his Discord names are slightly different. I think on Discord he has like a 0224 or something like that. And just another few meters ahead of me, here's Roger, Team GRC. And Jill's is just up the road too. There he is, 4 meters ahead of us. Steven Scotsman. And just up ahead too, 20 meters ahead, I see Jahu, which I believe her name is Joanne. Fantastic rider, great climber. So this is her territory right here. And, you know, I've been off the bike quite a while here. So I think I say in the, so this is the quiet talk, ramble, after the fact racing. And in fact, this is done 2 days after the race. I got really busy on the Sunday, coming to the top of the first climb here. I was doing stuff outside. Spring weather's hitting hard, so I was trying to catch up on stuff outside. And just when I do the videos this way, it's just extra work for me. When I commentate a video live, a race live, and I'm not in it, it's a one-shot take. I always like to say flying by the seat of my pants, and that's what I do. I'm giving you the best commentary I can. That's where it happened. I just saw Joanne there. I just saw all her power drop off. And she slowly faded away there for no reason. So I didn't notice this during the race because obviously I'm racing. So things happen. What's funny here too is I just kind of let these riders go ahead of me. Roger's going hard. John, they get away from me here. So on these downhills, over the tops are super important. You can get these gaps really quick. So if you're in a group, and even if it's just a small little kicker, who else broke down there? Oh, that was Mike Gavelis. I hope I say that right. Maybe it's Gavelis. Mike HPL Cycling, superstar cyclist. Learned a lot about Mike recently here. He's got a really cool website too. I'll try to remember to post that in this video. Mike is from the next province over beside me in Canada. So in Canada we have provinces. The States have states. So I'm in Alberta, Mike's in Saskatchewan. He lives in Saskatoon, and he's got a really cool team of what he calls masters riders. I don't know the ages of them. I'm not really sure even what masters is, but Mike is very accomplished. So he had a total technical there. I think I mentioned it in the Discord, and he said his app crashed right at the start. Couldn't get it back in time. So it's unfortunate because with the group that I see here, Mike would have been for sure top 3, no matter what. Probably could even won it. I think he won the last event we did. So yeah, there's that, right? So at this point here, I'm just trailing Roger. I can see him just up the road from me. He's only 40 meters ahead. These little bumps. Roger's really good at attacking the bumps. I've noticed that over the last 2.5 years I've known him, that he always digs in on these little climbs. I think Roger likes to get up, stand up on the pedals on every bump. I've been talking about having a camera on me soon. It's easy to do. I used to do it in the past on another platform when I used Twitch all the time. And you can just imagine, it was like all out 100 and... Oh, watch out for these critters crossing the road there. I think we almost ran some people over earlier too. People just do whatever they want here. Again, we're in Colorado, Garden of the Gods. I love these routes. And, you know, doing this one on the weekend makes me want to just ride all of the Southwest U.S. routes. So maybe I'll do a series on that here. I've done a lot of them already. Maybe I should revisit them all, smash them all into one video, something like that. Got a lot going on in my brain here right now. So Roger's ahead of me, Jill's, but you can see the gaps, how much they've opened. Here comes CJF Andel. Chris has caught me. And Stu is not that far back either. Cycling Slapshot is in the mix as well. Cycling Slapshot is in the Discord. I think he goes under the name of, I think he's a Hurricanes fan. I believe so. Carolina Hurricanes hockey team, you know, where all the action happens. So I can see some GRC riders ahead of me. SR71, Jills, Roger, CJF, so you should become a GRC member. See them all the time. And you can see the people just floating behind me too. Like, they're gaining as I'm going up this hill. And, you know, I'm not having a bad ride here, really. I'm pushing over 300 watts up these climbs. I was actually shocked by my power output after the event. Where's the heart rate right now? So the heart rate right now is at 181. And yeah, there's a few points later where it starts to... Trust me, I talk about my heart rate a lot, but it never freaks me out. I just know when it's too high for my effort. So it correlates, right? If I'm doing 300 watts, my heart rate should be roughly this. Of course, it depends what kind of course I'm on. But I guess my big takeaway from this video today is, in the last 28 days, I rode my bike 9 times. That has to do with going to the dentist, riding a couple times, getting a bit of an infection later, staying off the bike again, starting a new job, trying to figure out when I'm going to ride, feeling crappy that I'm missing all these races I used to cover. But like I said, I'm going to make that happen as I slowly figure my way out around the job. So I think what I'm doing here in this race is I'm letting these guys get away on the flats. On the descents, they're just kicking over the tops and just carrying a bit more speed down the hill. So CJ Fandel's just behind me, and look who's coming up from behind here. It's Global Ragnar. So, you know, I don't see the start that Ragnar had, but I don't know if he started slower and he's slowly building power. Here comes Chris just blowing past me. Come on, Chris, give me a wheel. Give me a wheel, buddy. Help me out here. Heart rate still hovering, you know, 181, 182 zone. And I'm still pushing like close to 300 watts. So yeah, ridden the bike 9 times in 28 days. Your motivation level, you get a lack of confidence, I guess is what you get. Because with these cardio sports, I've been thinking about this morning what I would talk about. Look at Ragnar coming up behind me here. He's pushing, see, yeah. Pushing nice and hard, 3.7, 3.8 watts per kilo. He's 35 meters behind me. Stu's right there as well. Ragnar's probably dragging Stu up to us. Somehow I pull ahead of Chris again here. Maybe I'm holding a little bit higher power on the hills than Chris is. I don't know what kind of rider Chris is at this point. Maybe I'm just able to hold more absolute power up these hills. I've got the lighter weight bike. It's not a crazy climb. So maybe just brute power can carry up the hill. Like, I mean, you can see I'm catching up to Roger here too. I'm within 30 meters or so, 35 meters. And several times here I thought I would catch back on with these guys. Steven Scotsman's just up ahead. Fabian is there as well. He's right with Jills. So unfortunately with me riding kind of mid-pack here, not going out rocket start, and here comes Ragnar. He's pushing 4 watts a kilo compared to my 3. I think he wants to get on my tail here. So he's coming up to get some draft out of me, maybe give me a little bit of an assist here. Hopefully he's heard all my stories of woe, how I haven't been on the bike enough. But seriously, folks, it's not an excuse. This is a learning point here. Riding your bike 9 times in 28 days for any cardio sport, let's talk cycling, you know, high level. And when I say high level, I mean us working as hard as we can on here. I'm not comparing us to anyone else. Just you're going hard all the time. You're not just tootling along. Cycling, probably running. Yeah, for sure, of course, running. Maybe doing like elliptical workouts because they're pretty intense. Cross-country skiing. I'm even going to throw like intense rowing into the mix because you can get a huge cardio workout of that. My wife just picked up a really nice cardio rower. We finally got the right power supply. We've had it for 2 weeks with the wrong power supply. So we got that. She's got it up and running. I think any of those sport activities, if you're taking more than a couple days off at a time, you're losing cardio real fast. You're losing power. Because I felt it on my solo rides. I just don't feel the zip in my legs anymore. Look at this. I just quickly tagged back onto John here. He's only 45 meters ahead of me. I don't know how this really happened as I'm giving you my cardio talk. But here's Ragnar. Ragnar's going to make the catch here now. We've pushed Chris back a little bit. Stu's been pushed back a little bit more too. But now we're climbing. So what's going to happen here? I'm climbing in excess of 300. Ragnar rocking the white short, still aggressive. Very confident at the same time. I love it. And it looks like he's wearing some kind of funky aero helmet. So there you go. That's how he passed me. It's that aero helmet that did it. But maybe the white shorts too. Definitely the white shorts. So here we are. Roger and John are just up ahead of us. And I think Ragnar's like, I got to catch these two ahead of me. So he does a nice job here, giving me a little bit of moral support. I think he passed me an energy gel there at the same time. And then he says, I got to go, dude. I got to go. I see SR71 just up the road. I got to catch him. So unfortunately there, you know, as this was happening during the ride, I was thinking, I know Ragnar wants to catch up with SR71. It's their little thing they got going on, little battles within the battles. And I was like, if I ride hard after these guys, Ragnar's probably going to be pulled up with me. Not that he's drafting me or anything, but just he's leapfrogging from rider to rider. It's just very motivating having someone to chase. So look at this. Ragnar just pushed 7 watts a kilo there as I'm just putzing along here at 2 watts a kilo. So that's how he's able to push away from me. Now he's taking a bit of a break on the downhill. Still pushing out more power than me though at this point. And this is going to give him some momentum to try to start pulling SR71 and Roger back. Just behind me, Chris is 150 meters back. Stu's 150 back as well. Happy Chap. There's that name finally. So I think it was Sunday morning. Happy Chap sent me a friend request. Several others in the GRC team as well, I think, got that request. So nice to see the Happy Chap could join us. And, you know, I don't know Happy Chap at all, but yeah, putting in a really solid ride here. Finished very well, pushing out great power. So I'm glad Happy Chap is here. Been around Ruby for a little bit because they are level 40. So what can I tell what's going on up ahead? Not a lot at this point because they're out of sight. And this is why, you know, I like doing these videos. You guys tell me, do you want me to keep doing them this way? Do you want me in the race sounding exhausted afterwards? Because as soon as this race is done, as soon as I finish, you're going to hear the previously recorded Sunday morning audio where I basically grab my headset, plug it back in, and I'm going to talk about the other people that finished behind me. You're going to miss the people that finished directly behind me because by the time you close the app, plug the headset in, yeah, like people are finishing right behind you. So again, I'm feeling pretty good with my ride here. You know, yeah, I know at times I'm not really working that hard, but I'm doing okay here. So there was a point somewhere on here, and I've missed it, but my heart rate did peak out at 192 at some point. I don't know how I missed that. I wanted to talk about that, but yeah, that's okay for me. I just felt, but you know, my power is pretty good here. I can't complain too much. But again, back to what I was saying before, the pros don't take days off. Tour de France, I believe it's 2 rest days, 1 on the first Monday. Maybe it's 3. I think it's 2. Anyways, 2, 3, doesn't matter. On their rest days, they still ride. Because it's important. You need to keep moving. As soon as you take more than a couple days off, I swear you're going to lose like 10% of your ability. And it takes so long to get it back. So the only thing you can do with that is just being consistent. It's like anything. Consistency wins. Just be consistent, consistent, consistent. Ride every day. Even on those days when you think, oh, well, so-and-so said I should only ride 4 days a week. That person's telling you the wrong info. Cycling and these cardio sports, you need to be going after them every day.
You just don't have to kill yourself every day. So we've had a discussion in the Discord, and you know, I know all the stuff too. I say it all the time. Just do anything. Just do a 20-minute flat spin. Keep your legs moving. Keep your heart rate elevated a little bit. Keep the lungs working. You know, just that general cardio activity. So up ahead, I see that Ragnar is now past John and is pursuing Roger. There looks like, yeah, there's not much of a gap between them here. Roger's carrying apart. And look at this. Chris just comes around me again. And I know the finish is up ahead here. There's a corner in the road. There's a hard right coming up. You can see it. We're less than 500 meters to go. And so Chris is going for that finish there. It looks like I'll be finishing roughly 28th position. I got Stu behind me. Happy Chap. Dave 1951. Steve is there as well. New rider, user, with the number name. I see Michael G. A lot of fun here with these folks. So this is going to chop out pretty soon, folks, and you're going to hear the after-the-fact audio coming up. Probably going to let it continue a couple seconds longer before I start it, just so I don't have that music playing in the background. So here's the finish. Tuden won this one, with Doolittle right with him. Nelson Snyder, Lars K, GRC rider, and I think I saw Bashak's name there too. Did I see that? It's flying pretty quick here, folks. There's no pausing. So this is me trying to get back into the right. This is how you do it if you want to figure this out. Close out and jump back into your ride here. Here's me trying to desperately shut my music down. And now we're going back into the race.
Hey riders, we're back. I think I'm going to miss a couple riders there. CGF Endel just finished ahead of me. Stu was closing in very fast. So here we got 19 Steve 55 making the final last corner before he hits the little gravel section. Again, this is Garden of the Gods, Colorado, USA. I love this kind of scenery. Nice job, Steve. Let's jump back again. Michael G coming on in, same place. Decked out in the Liddell Trek. And behind him we have Cycling Slap Shot coming in with Chiripnos. How about that one? These two are both riding on 3. Looks like Chiripnos is going to try like a little bit of a break here. Kraken's coming up too. See Kraken pushing hard, 4 or 5 watts per kilo. Lots of false flat here. This is Kraken stomping ground right here. So looks like Chiripnos just squeaked out Cycling Slap Shot at the end there. Ooh, look at this. Honest Jack making a move to the front. Kraken following. Kraken's like, this false flat stuff is all mine. Plus we got some gravel at the end. Kraken's going for the gravel breakaway. It's going to flip hard around this 90-degree corner here. Actually, it's probably more than 90 degrees. That'd be a wicked corner in real life. That looks like about a 150-degree corner. Kraken just edging out Jack. I can see Eat More Cake coming in now. So folks, the way we did it today was I did my preamble, unjacked the mic. Look at Eat More here. He's getting ready. 4 watts a kilo coming in, looking good. Yeah, perennial finisher here with us. Ket Kapolka's behind him. El Tomi. Okay, so Larry probably showed up to the race 10 minutes late, and is still just catching people from behind here. So Eat More Cake for 39th. 40th place will be Ket Kapolka. Although Larry's coming up extremely fast. How much distance does Ket have left? Only 500 meters, so Larry won't catch him unless Ket snaps his chain in half. Ket Kapolka from Finland. Awesome having him here. Awesome seeing the GRC group. I'd love to see Larry in there too. Larry, superstar rider, always. And here's Eckers. Eckers is my personal IT support person, giving me lots of good suggestions. I tried to record this video way higher definition. So let me know what you guys like. So I haven't been on the races for the last little while because I'm trying to make the best quality videos I can. Check out Dez. Dez is making a move on the hill here. Just able to squeak out a little bit more power. Maybe he's a little lighter weight. Yeah, looks just slightly less weight. More of a 85 kilogram rider compared to Eckers. Eckers is probably like a 90 kilogram rider, 95. I don't know, something like that. And potentially another very, very late starter. Level 6 rider soon. New to Ruby. Let's everyone cheer on Luca here. Luca, whoa. I'm just going to guess that first name Luca, last name has got 15 letters in it. A lot of vowels, all smashed together. Very hard to say for me. I can't see it, so we're just going to say that's what it is for now. So we did this one, did the preamble, unplugged the mic, did my little ride. I was spinning out in that 50-12. I need a bigger gear. When I go back, you'll see my heart rate at times. It's just ridiculous. I'm also going to look at my training diary. So I think as of tomorrow, it's been a month. So 28 full days since I had my, what do you want to call it? My bone graft done in my jaw. And I'm going to guess maybe, let's just say right now, 7 rides. I'm going to update that when we come back here. Maybe it's 8, something like that. So yeah, my training's been pretty lackluster. Again, that goes with the jaw, taking some time off, racing in the team time trial, and just destroying myself. And then getting a post-secondary infection. Is that what you call it? You just call it a secondary infection, maybe. Then knocked me off the bike again, started a new job, blah, blah, blah. You know how it is, right? Got to impress the boss. Got to be a keener. So yeah, Patrick Eckers and Des Dyer here riding together. Smart riding, guys. Stick together, finish this off. A couple more little rollers here. One little roll and then you're downhill again. I noticed some of this course is just kind of an out and back. There's like a little turnaround in a parking lot somewhere earlier on in the course, I believe it was. Maybe that was right around where it says USA on the bottom of the screen on the profile. I think that's where we turned around and went back the other way and then added a little chunk on to the end. So I was going to ask folks here, do you like when I do the videos this way? Do you want to hear me out of breath at the end? Do you want to see a camera on? You know, I'm talking a lot of things here. Eckers is giving me a lot of good advice, what I can be doing. I think for some of my races, I might just be like, you know, the commentator smashed into a box like you see at the Tour de France, where like, oh, you know, like Phil Liggett and Paul Sherwin back in the day, 2 dudes smashed into a room that was like 3 feet by 3 feet. Like, I'm wondering if these TV channels had any budget to them or not. Oh yeah, Des is going. He just dropped 6 watts a kilo. Eckers is content just to follow him in. Nice ride, folks. The fan's blasting hard, but guess what? It's cycling. And we've all got our fans blowing, so hopefully there's not too much of that picking up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump off. We got Luca here. The video it's going to be a big file, so I'm going to cut it short here, do my little voiceover thingamabobber, tell you how I was feeling during the ride, who I saw out there, who was nice enough to give me a bit of a hand out there for this poor guy who's struggling out of shape. So anyways, we're going to catch you real soon. Later.